Hello, second grade. This is Module 4, Lesson 27. Okay, for fluency, we're going to do some subtracting. Try and do this as mental math in your head as fast as you can. Here we go. 10 minus 8. Write down on the whiteboard and show me. Did you get 2? Good job. What about 100 minus 80? 20. Good. How about 10 minus 6? 4. What about 100 minus 60? 40. Good. How about 10 minus 5? 5. And 100 minus 50? 50. Excellent job. Alright, here's our application problem. Mr. Ramos has 139 pencils and 88 erasers. How many more pencils than erasers does he have? So, if we're looking at our notes about our word problems, we know that the first step we needed to do was read the problem, which we just did. The second step is we need to circle any important numbers. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's see, we see the number 139 and we see the number 88. So we're going to circle those. Next is to underline any important words. Do you see any important words? We don't really see any of the words that we wrote down. So let's go ahead and go on to our next step, which is to write an equation. So we're going to look at this question again. How many more pencils than erasers does he have? We know that we need to subtract, so we're going to take our two important numbers, 139, and we're going to subtract 88. Go ahead and solve this on your own, and then come back and we'll compare answers. Alright, let's compare answers here. Can we take 8 from 9? Can we subtract 8 from 9? Yes, we can. So 9 minus 8 is 1. Can we take 8 from 3? No, we can't. There's not enough in 3 to take 8 away. So we need to take away 1 tens here to make it a 13. And the 1 gave us the 10 there, so it's going to turn to a 0. And now we can take 13 minus 8. Let's start at 8 and count up to 13. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I got 5. So 13 minus 8 is 5. And we now know that there was 51 more pencils than erasers. Alright, we are going to continue subtracting. This time, we are going to subtract where we need to borrow from the hundredths place. Now let's look at this. We have 100 minus 83. Can we take 3 from 0? We cannot. But look at the tens here. We don't have anything to take from the tens. The tens can't give us anything because there's another 0. So we're going to have to go to the hundredths place. We're going to take 1 from the hundreds, and the hundreds is going to give the 10 a 1 there. So it's going to change to a 10. And that hundredths place is going to turn to a 0. Now we can borrow 1 from the tens place. And it's going to change to a 9 because we took 1 away. And we're going to give that 10 to the 0 there. So now we can take 10 minus 3. What is 10 minus 3? 7. Now we can take 9 minus 8. Remember, this 0 turned to a 9 now because it took away from the hundredths. And then we had to borrow 1 from it. So 9 minus 8 is 1. And then there's nothing in the hundredths place to take away. So our answer is 17. Alright, let's try this one here. Let's try this next one. We have 200 minus 8. Now looking at this, we can't take 8 from 0. And we can't borrow anything from the tens place here because there isn't anything to borrow. So that means we're going to have to go to the hundreds place. So the hundreds place is going to give the tens a 1. And the 2 is going to turn to a 1. Now we can take away from the tens, and it's going to turn to 9. And that 10 is going to give the, in the ones place, another 10 to make that a 10. So now we can start subtracting. 10 minus 8 is 2. Now we bring down the 9, and we bring down the 1. Our answer is 192. Our next problem is 100 minus 37. We're going to set this up vertically like we have been, and I want you to try this on your own. Go ahead, push pause and then push play when you're done. Okay, let's compare answers here. We're looking at the ones place. We can't take 7 from 0. The tens place doesn't have anything to give us, so we need to go to the hundreds place. Hundreds place is going to give us 1, and that's going to turn to a 0. So then the tens place is going to get that extra 10 there, and it's going to change to 10. Now we can take from the tens place to give to the ones place, so the tens place is going to turn to 9 now. And we're going to give that 10 to the ones. So 10 minus 7 is 3. Now we're going to take 9 minus 3. You get 6, and your answer should have been 63. Try this last one on your own. Set it up vertically, and then solve your subtraction part. When you're done, we'll compare answers. Alright, this is how you should have set it up vertically here. I've got my ones in my ones place lined up, my tens place lined up, and my hundreds. Looking at this again, we can't borrow from the tens. So we're going to have to borrow from the hundreds first. That 2 is going to turn to a 1 because it gave the tens place a 1. Now we can borrow from the tens place. I'm going to cross out that 10, change it to a 9, and give that 1 over there to the 0. So 10 minus 9 is 1. 9 minus 4 is 5. And we're going to bring down the 1 from the hundreds place. And our answer is 151. It is now your turn to try this on your own. Go ahead and log into Seesaw. Good luck.